things need to change. And so the point of this video is that a lot of people have been asking me where I'm at, how I'm doing, did I quit Final Fantasy XIV? The answer to that is very much no. What are my plans going forward? Is the channel dying? Did you stop uploading? I'm going to address all of that here. I'm going to be very direct in that the old version of me failed in every way that one could possibly fail. They say that a tiger can't change its stripes, and obviously given that I'm Hrothgar and everything else, that's kind of a bit of a fitting thing. But I think that a huge part of me will always put other people ahead of myself and their happiness. I think I will always be a people pleaser. I think that I will always be a little self-depreciating at the best of times, and I think that I will always genuinely, intrinsically believe in the best in people. I don't believe that people are inherently evil, even though they're obviously capable of really bad things. The catalyst for all of this really was the fact that my dog died on Friday. I do have videos of her. Her name's Bindi. I would edit it into this video, but frankly, I'm really not in the mood to edit anything in, and yeah, but she was a jet black Pomeranian, sweetest Pom you've ever seen. She was not like the normal angry, yappy, angry Poms that you'd seen. She was the most gentle, calm dog ever. She was only 6 years old, so she was very young. Poms lived like 12 years or something. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. It was very sudden. Basically, the vet was trying to make her puke. My dad thought that she might have ate something that she wasn't supposed to. Took her to the vet, and her heart failed when the vet gave her a second dose of whatever medication in order to make her puke. And so really that was the catalyst to this video. In addition, yesterday I just had a very harrowing, I use that word not sparingly, harrowing meeting with my manager, basically that I am going to be losing my job in the next few weeks. Obviously the combination of that is jarring, and you add into that the rest of the past year. I lost my ex-fiance who I knew for 15 years. I did everything for that man. I let myself be put back into the closet. We were both going to move down to San Diego together. We had a home down there. I filled it with so much property for myself. Like, I bought myself my pillows, my kettle, green tea, all this stuff, and he still insists on abusing me emotionally with it, and with insisting to not return it 8 months later, in spite of me begging, pleading, and asking for it. Apparently I'm not worth the shipping costs. And likewise, my life has, the past year, not followed the trajectory that I expected it to. It just blizzarded here, as I'm sure that everyone heard that there, or maybe not everyone did, but like on the west coast of Canada, there was a cyclone, and it basically just dropped a ton of snow kind of out of nowhere, and I didn't expect to bring in another winter here, and I don't even care to hide it anymore. I am still in my parents' house, and very far from the life that I expected. I was looking at, obviously, like, purchasing property in San Diego, having a job there. I was looking at maybe even surrogacy, having kids with Brendan. Thank God we didn't do that. That would have made things so much worse. I had friends that I was going to meet down there, and basically my entire life has followed a trajectory that I can't honestly tell you I had, even in my worst nightmares, any idea of having. And speaking of nightmares, I'm still having nightmares about my dog being cremated. So, I mean, that's been kind of what's on loop. Now, all that's to say that the old version of me failed, and I'm not going to be silent anymore. I am not going to shy away from my community. I'm not going to give up anything more that matters to me. And I am going to force myself to be, and I still don't know exactly how and all the different ways I'll do it, but I need to force myself to be very different than who I am. If I get hurt, I retreat. I go into my shell, and I know that a lot of you have messaged me on Discord and never got a response. It's not because I don't care. I have read so many of those messages, like nearly every single one, and they really have made a difference, but I turtle up, and that's my normal response. And I can't do that anymore. I cannot continue to lead my life the way I have, because I honestly, like, this gets into a whole lot of philosophy, and sure, let's put a timestamp for it. I really need to ask the question of, where has kindness gone me? Where has saying yes to everything asked of me gone me? Where has always being bubbly and polite and kind and courteous and gracious gone me? These are all attributes that people told me to do, and I always have done that. And it's not just because I'm Canadian, because trust me, there's tons of rude Canadians that don't say sorry. There's lots of us. And why am I smoothing over situations when my instinctual response should be fuck you? Why am I smoothing over a situation when someone's being an absolute bitch to me? And yet that's who I've been. And I continually deny myself any form of dignity, any form of self-respect. And sure, a lot of people will be like, oh, but you're a software developer and you have like over 5 years experience, you have 2 degrees and all that stuff, and like all this other stuff. And for the record, yeah, that is all true. I look and sound a lot younger than I am, and very happy about that. I mean, that is used to be something I hate, and now I definitely appreciate it. But like, I have not failed in life. I have worked hard. I have done everything correct. I got my university degrees. In spite of being non-consented 10 years ago, I literally did not pause. That was literally about a week before my final exams, and I still went to those final exams, and my final GPA for that degree was about a 3.86, if memory serves me right, about 3.85. It was on the higher end of that. And I did everything right. I went to the internships, I have worked my jobs, I literally have spent sometimes both ways commuting 4 hours, so like 2 hours one way and then back, and that was regular downtown. Like when the snow gets really bad, like the commute could be very, very, very long. And I've invested, I haven't drank, I don't do drugs, never have done them, I don't smoke, I don't do weed, I'm not a partier, I don't do grinder, I don't do hookups. Like, I have been so incredibly straight edge. And then I look at the state of my life, and then I look at the state of things. I look at the fact that my fiance cheated on me and has literally abandoned me here in a country that he knows that I desperately want to get out of. I really do. I think to anyone outside of Canada, they won't get it. But when you have no hope of a home, when you literally can barely afford groceries, when the food bank usage is through the... I could seriously go on a 10-hour-long rant about it. I'm not even exaggerating when I say that. It's not where I want to be anymore. This is not conducive to me getting a life that I want, because what I want is to settle down with someone who actually loves me and gives a shit about me. And instead, all this year, all I've seen is my life fall apart. And then my dog died on fucking Friday. And now I have literally been told by my manager that I'm going to lose my job pretty soon. And I can tell you, this is too much. This, like, for those who believe in God, I'm sorry, I'm going to probably offend you, but God has taken away too much from me right now. Like, there's no nice way to say it. Too much has been taken away from me in 2024, because honest to God, like, I'm a work from home remote software engineer, and I am so thankful for that. But I would always go upstairs, and always, my Bindi, that's her name, that's my Pomeranian's name, she would always be there, and she'd do her little tappy dance, and she'd like curl around my legs. She would literally just lay on her mat, and she'd ask for bread if I made bread or anything, and obviously I like would give her treats and stuff. I've lost too much. My life is not on the trajectory that I want it to be. I haven't even uploaded a video, an actual content video in months. I have people, literally, I posted on one of Despy's videos who I love. Like, I haven't even talked to him in a billion months. Like, and this person literally asked, are you even still playing Final Fantasy XIV? And like, yeah, I am. Like, it's crazy. I don't even know what I'm going to do from this point forward, but I can tell you that the old me failed and there needs to be changes, and one of them is that I'm not going to be quiet anymore. I'm not going to be silent anymore, and if you don't like me, good. you're really gonna start not liking me. And fuck anyone that has an issue with that. Because at this point, I need to prioritize myself. I need to prioritize my happiness. Because damn it. Losing my dog and now knowing that I'm staring down the barrel of being laid off in a few fucking weeks. And I tried. I'm not a bad fucking dev. I even told my manager how shocked I was yesterday. I told him straight up that this was unfair, that this is absolutely surprising, like absolutely thunderstruck, because I have literally worked weekends for this. One of the reasons I haven't uploaded videos, one of the reasons why I didn't work on my site was because I was grinding this stuff. And I am so incredibly angry about that. And it's like, I'm not a bad dev. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for years. I have 2 fucking degrees, bro. And not from just some scam university, like from a top university. I don't want to name which one, but it's very, very good in AIML. Like, I was literally taught by one of the fucking founding fathers of it. Like, literally. And I'm like, it just, no one, I didn't go and say life is fair. But you know what? At some point, you have to wonder, at what point does the bullshit stop? At what point does God go, oh wow, this guy has been absolutely fucked. Yeah, let's kill his dog. And then make him lose his job. Like, enough is enough. The old me failed, and I don't know all the ways I'm going to change, but I can tell you that there have already been some changes. Like, currently I'm on testosterone right now, and I know that a lot of people will be like, oh, that's not a great thing, blah, blah, blah. It's all done by a doctor. I literally have it injected into me at a place called Shoppers. I guess for Americans, it would be basically the same as your CVS. It just... And the changes to my body, I've been working out, like, I mean... It's incredible. Even my beard has grown up way higher on my cheek. I've obviously already had a beard. Like, I have shown my face on this channel many times in the past, and it's just like, it's more full. My shoulders are like grown like crazy. Like, I'm wide as a door. Literally, I exaggerate not. And it's like, just seeing like my arms and everything grow, even in the past, I suppose it has been 4 months now. It's been such a wild transformation. But I mean, that's still physical. I'm still... It's all just fucked. Something's gotta change, and I guess it's gotta be me. And the fucked up thing is, I really did believe in what everyone told me. If you keep your head down, if you do your job, if you work hard, if you learn all these things, if you never take on debt, if you don't go to clubs, if you don't go to this and all that stuff, if you keep on the straight and narrow and work really hard and you save for a house and all this stuff, and none of it's panned out. None of it's panned out. I'm so pissed. And then it's like my ex-fiance is parading around with tens of thousands of dollars of my fucking money and property that he still won't fucking give back. As he's off literally having sex with dozens of other men on a list. And just taunting me endlessly with it. I just have reached the point where I fully accept the old version of me didn't work. And something's got to change. And the first thing is that this is my channel. I'm not going to shy away from my community, my place that I built out. This is mine. And this video is the first step towards that. I'm not going to be quiet anymore. And if you have an issue with that, that's okay. But I also don't think I'm suddenly going to be an asshole. I don't think that I'm going to suddenly start ripping people down. But you know what? I think that it's time that I really reclaim things that make me happy, and that I really do focus on my own happiness. Because I can tell you that too much has been taken away from me now. I think knowing that my dog is about to be incinerated into ash and thrown into a field, and losing my job in spite of being a very good developer, I think that I have seen enough. I've actually seen enough. And shit, it has to change. It has to change. I am so fucking unhappy. It has to change. And that's the point of this video, because I know a lot of people want a status update. I've not been the me that I know a lot of people want, and I'm gonna be a lot more vocal now. Because I honestly don't think I'm a bad person. I really don't. And so I'm going to come back swinging.